So things have been really busy in the bee yard this week. Um, I came home yesterday and found a swarm in my swarm trap. The video was released yesterday and it was over here on this picnic table, which is not very far, maybe 60 feet, maybe not even 50-60 feet from my hives. And they were in the swarm trap yesterday, and last night I came out after they'd settled down and there was a pretty good sized beard going on underneath the bench. So I decided to get an 8-frame box. It's all I had at the time, ready, and gave them some pretty decent comb so they could, the queen could start laying if she's in there ready to lay. And this morning went to work, came home, and they're here still. What I've done is I've put a box on the top with a jar of feed in there. So those two top boxes are empty. It just has a jar of feed in it. And there's 8 frames and a whole bunch of bees in that box. And I've reset the swarm trap with another couple of frames. I don't think there was quite enough room in the box for the swarm, and that's why there was a beard underneath. So I came out here and I put them in the box last night and they've stuck around so far, so I'm really happy. I think the feed will lock them in. I want to leave them there for a few days and then check and see if I can find some eggs or larvae, and that way I know the queen is mated and she's in there and she's doing her job. Then I can move this box over to the apiary. That's just the way I feel that I need to do it. So that's the swarm. Over here in the corner I have 5 hives now. So hive number 1 I split into 2. The hive that's right in front of me here has the queen in it from hive number 1, and they had a big population, and it's possible that that's the hive that swarmed. My plan actually yesterday was to come out here and inspect that hive to see if they had swarm cells, but I didn't even get a chance to do that because the swarm was happening right in front of me. Not 100% sure, but it could have come from that hive. This one here on the right has the queen from hive number 2, and hive number 2 I introduced a queen in a queen clip, and I took all of the queen cells out of that hive and I made yet another split. I need to make some hive stands. I need some hive stands. I've got all the wood, so I'm going to do that this afternoon or over the weekend. Make some hive stands, get this place looking a bit more respectable, get rid of that pallet, maybe have a bonfire. And my camera blew over last night and broke. We had a storm come through last night, so I am really happy that I got those girls in that hive before the storm hit, and they would have got pretty rained out last night because yeah, it was pretty strong. Lots of tree limbs down and branches down. So anyway, my plan right now is to inspect hive number 3. We're calling it number 3. The back 2 are 1 and 2. These ones here are 3 and 4. And then I'm going to end up having 5 and 6 down here, well, at the front. And I don't need any more hives. 6 is plenty. Keeps you very busy, and it's hard to remember. I honestly don't write anything down, and I think I'm going to have to start doing that because it's a lot to remember. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's get into it. All right, so we're going to smoke them at the front entrance, at the back, and we'll lift this top. Now I'm not sure, I think this will bring the whole top up. No. Okay. So the inner cover is still in place, so that's good. I think last time it got stuck. All right, let's just smoke in the top. Oh, smoke in my face. All right, I expected to see more bees, so maybe these guys did swarm. But there is 3 boxes, so we're only in the very, very top box. And I don't think I I'm going to inspect this immediately. I may come back to it. Just going to make sure I crush any beetles if there's any under there. No beetles under there. Only one in there. I think that was in there last time as well. This one's already raised up, so there won't be any beetles under that. And there's none in the oil on that trap. And the Swiffer pads kind of stuck to the frame as you'd expect, but there's no beetles on them. I think the beetles are not bad in this hive, so I'm just going to lift this up a little bit and get some smoke in there. So yeah, this is the one that I'm suspicious that this one swarmed on me. God, that's a heavy box. Oh, that is heavy. Surprisingly heavy. The second box down, I also have Swiffer pads and oil traps. Kind of in the mindset now, I remember to take these oil traps off. This one has one beetle. And this one over here, oops, there's a beetle under it. I crushed it. And I think I need to change the oil in there. It's kind of congealed, nasty. So I'll get some fresh oil in those oil traps. I don't really see any beetles in the Swiffer pads. They're kind of stuck down as well. Now I'm looking down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames of bees. I'm going to come around the other side of the hive. Let's look at this outside frame, because I'm hoping that they're all drawn out or doing a good job. Oh yes, this is all brand new comb and it has nectar in it. Now that is pure nectar. I'm not feeding these girls. That's a mistake I don't want to make. I think maybe I fed them too much last year. The honey was still pretty good though. There's a beetle. Did I see a beetle? Yes, I did, right there. I'll get it for you. There you go. That's dead. You'll have to fix the comb, girls. Excuse me. All right, that's a good frame of new foundation. This next frame looks like they're drawing it out as well. They're just starting on this one, on this side, and this side as well. They're doing a good job putting nectar in it already. Right here, they're putting some nectar in. Just going to move this to the side as well. Move these Swiffer pads. Try to remember to put them back. Now the next frame, again, is another fairly new frame that they're just drawing out. There is some nice comb. They're building some beautiful comb. That's some beautiful comb. That's all brand new comb. That's all brand new comb. I'll put this one in, back in. This next frame. So this one possibly swarmed. There is a ton of bees in here though. I'm going to look for eggs and see if I can find a queen. Oh, there's a little bit of cross comb there. We don't want that, do we now? What are you making? What are you making, girls? I'm going to put that down there, deal with that in a minute. And this piece too. We don't want that. It just makes inspecting the hive more difficult when you do that. So a little bit of pollen in there and nectar. New, it looks like all new comb on this side too. Both sides looks like all new comb. I wouldn't see eggs in here even if there were some. You can't see the eggs on the white foundation very well. At least I can't. That's why I do prefer the black foundation for that reason. When I first started beekeeping, I didn't have a clue about that. Next frame, we're getting into some brood. We got eggs here. And are they laying down? Hang on. Yeah, these ones are kind of laying down. So we have eggs in these cells. I'm hoping you can see them. And they're kind of laying down. They're not sticking straight up. So they're probably day-old eggs. So it's unlikely the queen's on this hive, but she's been here recently. The other side too. There's eggs. This is all laid eggs, all of this, and a little bit of brood there, larvae. So she's been here within the last few days. But that swarm happened yesterday. Now, did it come out of this hive? There's a beetle. It's a dead beetle. A little bit of cross comb here, I should get rid of it. The other half of what I took off of the other frame. Now there is, I'll just show you, drone brood. There's burr comb down at the bottom of there. There's a drone brood there, a larvae, perfectly white. Perfectly white. There is no mites on that drone larvae. That's where you'd expect to find them. Oh yeah, let's get this one up. Oh yeah. So this is all laid up, and where they've emerged, they've backfilled with nectar. Why did you girls do that? And this side is got a lot of brood on it. That's a lot of brood. And again, where they've emerged, they backfilled with nectar. There's another drone larvae. Again, another drone larvae that has no mites on it. Now, I'm going to look for swarm cells as well while I'm in here. More than likely, if they're here, they'll be down in the bottom box. But that would be a telltale sign, a clear indication that this is the hive that swarmed. Right now, I don't know. I'm looking for eggs. There's no eggs on this frame. I'm not using a whole lot of smoke. Doesn't seem to be an issue right now. Okay, this is a whole lot of brood, a whole lot of bees, and they're backfilling with nectar again. A little bit of drone brood down the bottom. Queen cups on the bottom, but a lot of drone brood down there at the bottom. Again, they backfilled with nectar. There's hang on a second, get my hand. There's larvae all over here, nectar all through here. So they backfilled the whole thing with nectar. which is fine. If she's using the bottom box, that's good. Now I'm going to turn this upside down for a second. Nope, there's drone brood down there. There's no queen cells on this frame. But there is still a significant amount of bees in here. And with all that nectar, you would have thought if they had swarmed that they would perhaps take that nectar. Now here we have a queen cup right here. There is honey. They backfilled with nectar and pollen where they can. And there's a lot of brood here. Queen cup right there. And drone down there. Let's turn this around so I can take a better look. Let me see. Is it? I'm not sure if it's charged or not. Now I have some. I'm going to have a look. Okay, that was not charged. Okay, that's good. So there was nothing in that. There's a bunch of queen cups down the bottom and none of those are charged either. We'll knock all them down. I really need to set myself up with a bucket for the excess wax pieces. Right now I'm just dropping it on the floor and then I will pick it up after I'm done. But there's still a lot of brood there. That's great, fantastic, marvelous. Getting back to the outside frames again, where we're going to find more honey, I would think. Again, a ton of brood. There's eggs around the left side over here. There's eggs over here. There's eggs and larvae over here. These ones are kind of laying down. They're not standing straight up. So these are a day-old eggs. No swarm cells on this. We got drone brood there. Quite a bit of drone brood. Eggs on this side too. Yep, this is all backfilled with eggs. So there's a ton of brood that's going to be exploding in here within the next 19 days. It takes 19 days for a worker bee to emerge from an egg. This frame I expect is all, look at that, beautifully new drawn out comb with nectar. Queen will not be on this frame. And this is the same thing. It's all filled with nectar. That's beautiful. A little bit of pollen. So far it's looking really good. So those two other frames, the ones I've got laying beside me here, I'm going to put one to each side. Then maybe they will put nectar in them. They have a ton of brood, so I'm not worried about that. Definitely want to help them make more nectar, honey. Get more nectar for more honey. Okay, let's get the smoker. And we'll separate this box from the bottom box now. A little bit of smoke in there. Alright. Alright, so this is the bottom box. We're going to smoke these girls down. We'll get rid of this drone brood. A couple of crushed bees there, unfortunately. I'm looking at the drone brood and it looks pretty clean. As far as mites, I don't see any mites, none at all. That's awesome. All right, we're going to go through this box fairly quickly now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 3 frames are not quite as busy as the other 7. Having said that, oh, this one's got some good weight to it. This is honey from last year. And this is nectar that they're putting in it this year. This is an empty frame. There's a little bit of pollen up, nectar up there, a little bit of nectar up here. Pretty sure I gave them some combless foundation for them to build some comb on. They're starting on this one and they're working on this too. This would have had nothing on it. Just a thick layer of wax. So they've been working on that like a charm. The next frame's actually a shallow. And I sometimes will do that and they'll build some comb underneath of it. This is full of nectar. Full of honey and nectar. A little bit of honey on that side. Possibly, I think that this is all from this year. I don't think I had any shallows with any honey in them. So that's all from this year. That's going to be harvestable. Or I could give it to the girls. I'll probably end up harvesting it because I don't want to leave them really with shallow frames come next winter time. Still looking for swarm cells. Haven't found a charged one. This is all pollen and nectar. There's eggs on this frame. I'm going to start seriously looking for that queen. Do I see eggs? Yes, I do see eggs. I see drones and worker bees. Now I did put a mark on the back of our queen the other week. A couple of weeks ago now I think it was, but I got a feeling that they've probably removed that from her because that's what seems to happen when I mark the queen up. It's happened before where they remove the mark. What's going on here? This is all pollen and nectar. No eggs. There's a queen cup at the bottom, it's not charged. Queen cup right there, not charged. This goofy looking piece of comb right here, drone brood. Remove that. So I haven't seen any reason for these girls to swarm. And this is the one that I thought would swarm, if any of them, because the other two, Hive 1 and 2, Hive 1 has a virgin queen. Hive 2, I literally just gave them a queen in a cage yesterday, and she's mated. That's all brood, and they've backfilled with nectar and pollen. No swarm cells. Some drone cells, but no swarm cells. Lots of bees about to be born. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, I need to make notes. I think the best way to make notes for me would be to reference back to the video and write down what I'm seeing on all the frames. A lot of nectar and pollen. All nectar. Queen won't be on this frame. She could well be in the top box. Well, I haven't looked at the top box. Could well be. I think we're going to go to that one next. Had some good weight to it, I do know that. So this is all new comb and nectar. A lot of this stuff should go up. Now I thought these girls had some dark comb. I'm going to have to double check which hive has got all the dark comb, because there's some that I want to cycle out. Yeah, the queen won't be on that frame. Realistically, I don't need to find the queen because I'm pretty convinced that she's in here with all those eggs. This is a heavy frame, holy. A lot of pollen on this side actually. That's all new pollen that they've put in there, and all honey. I think this is old honey from last year, and some nectar that they've been putting in from this year. And this frame is honey, which can go to the outside, and open comb. Okay, right. I'm going to put Swiffer pads there, and then put the middle box back. Oh yeah, that's heavy. Okay, that's the middle box back in place. Alright, so this is the top box of that hive, and I have found a ton of bees in this hive. I'm not convinced that they swarmed. It's possible. Maybe you guys are seeing indications better than me. I'm not seeing eggs standing straight up on end, although there are some very young eggs in there. So this is an old frame from last year. They're backfilling a little bit, maybe using some of the honey. I'm not sure if this is crystallized. No, it's liquid still. Yeah, it's still liquid. I know some of the frames that I had from last year did in fact crystallize in the frame, which is, I don't know if that's normal. Don't know. Again, another frame from last year. They backfilled it with pollen and nectar. Deep cells. These are pretty deep cells, so perfect for honey. Yeah, they backfilled this again with I'm pretty sure that's all pollen and nectar. You can see some sugar in there, some white kind of sugar. There's no eggs in here, so she's not laying eggs. There's no larvae in here. I'm always concerned about American foul brood and such, but this one's not even drawn out. They haven't even touched it. So she wouldn't travel over to that frame that I just showed you. This is the top box again. Nothing on those frames. This frame, they've been drawing out brand new comb and putting a little bit of nectar in there. That's all brand new comb. This one looks like brand new comb. Brand new comb with nectar. Brand new comb. Nothing in it yet. Hey, it's possible maybe she swarmed. That's okay, because I got them. There's still a ton of bees in here. If that's the case, there's eggs in here. So she has been up here. I'm going to give this a real quick scan if I see the queen. I see a drone. What about this side? I see a few drones. Do I see eggs on this side? I don't see eggs on this side. So I don't think she'll be on this side. No, I don't see her there. So I'm thinking it's possible that she is over here somewhere. Possible. I see brood over here. Brood and larvae and eggs. Come on. Do I see the queen? Look at that beautiful brood. This side, there's some eggs and larvae and lots of brood again. They are about to explode. I think that they could use another box actually to build some more comb. I don't really get my hives much bigger than 3 boxes usually, but maybe that's where I'm going wrong. How many boxes do you guys usually get up to with your hives? When you get to a point where all of the frames are mostly drawn out, you can add another box. Sure is a lot of boxes though, a lot of frames to check. So we have brood and larvae and nectar and pollen on this frame. I still haven't seen any queen cells, and there's only one more frame to look at. Well, I tell you what, if there's eggs in here next week, then I know the queen's in here, because after probably 3 more days, if there's no queen, then there should be no eggs. So if they swarmed yesterday, there could still potentially be eggs if they swarmed. But after 3 days, then I shouldn't see any eggs. It's a heavy frame. So that's old honey from last year and all new nectar at the bottom. They filled it right up. Yep. All kinds of nectar. What do I see there? I see 1 queen cup, 2 queen cups, nothing in them. So nice, really nice. Got my glove stuck. So that's really nice to see. That's all nectar. Now I've seen guys where they've separated brood and put an empty frame in there, which forces them to draw it out a lot quicker. So I'm kind of planning on doing that. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. I've got a bad habit of turning this around and doing this, and I've damaged my glove because it's sharp. The tool is sharp and it's damaged my glove. Push them together, a little bit of space either side, and we'll put these back. So in conclusion on that hive, I'm really not sure if they've swarmed or not. I'm going to have to wait another 3 days to see if there's new eggs being laid. That'll be the telltale, because she could have laid eggs yesterday and then swarmed yesterday, and there would still be eggs for the next 3 days. I didn't really see any standing directly up, so that makes me think that maybe she didn't lay any eggs today because she's not there. She could be over there. It's very possible. So we'll find that out in a future video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye now.